Want to speak real Danish from your first lesson? Sign up for your free lifetime account at danishclass101.com.
Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to danishclass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson you learned the phrase undskyld, kan du tale engelsk, which means excuse me, do you speak English? We mentioned the word undskyld, which means excuse me in Danish. In this lesson you learn how to use undskyld and other words when you're apologizing in Danish. The common way to say excuse me is undskyld. Undskyld. You can use undskyld in formal situations, such as when you're ordering something in bars or restaurants. For example, undskyld, en kaffe tak. Excuse me, a coffee please. You can also use it when you're asking a question. Undskyld, hvor er Tivoli? Excuse me, where is Tivoli? You can also use undskyld to apologize for an action. Undskyld. Sometimes you hear Danes say sorry, which is a loan word from English, and it's often used as a quick apology amongst friends. Sorry. Another common apology is beklager, which means the same thing when you want to excuse yourself for an action. Beklager. Beklager. All of these phrases can be used for either excuse me or I'm sorry, but if you really want to apologize for something, it might be better to use a slightly longer phrase. That phrase is undskyld, det er jeg virkelig ked af, and it means excuse me, I'm really sorry, and it can be used in both formal and informal situations. Undskyld, det er jeg virkelig ked af. First we have the familiar undskyld. Next we insert the Danish pronoun for that, which is det. Then er, which means am. This is followed by the pronoun jeg, which means I. Then we have virkelig, which means really. And finally we have the phrase ked af, meaning sorry about. Undskyld, det er jeg virkelig ked af. Now it's time for Louise's insights. If you accidentally bump into someone in Denmark, you might not get any response. But to be polite, you should either say undskyld or beklager. It is also common to use the exclamation åh before apologizing. Åh, undskyld. Are you able to count in Danish? In the next lesson, you'll learn the numbers in Danish from 1 to 10. I'll be waiting for you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. Vi ses næste gang! Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to danishclass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson you learned how to count in Danish. I hope you spent some time practicing the numbers because they will come in handy for this lesson. You're going to learn how to go shopping in Denmark. Before we go, you need to know how to say how much is it. Hvor meget koster den? Hvor meget koster den? Okay, are you ready to go shopping in Denmark? Let's go! You see something you like and want to ask a shopkeeper how much it costs. The first thing to say is undskyld. Do you remember what that means? Excuse me. Undskyld, hvor meget koster den? Undskyld, hvor meget koster den? Now in Danish, the object that you point at is either den or det. There are no rules for when to use den or det, so you'll have to learn them by heart. But don't worry, Danes will understand you even if you use the wrong one, so just go ahead and try. Undskyld, hvor meget koster den? Undskyld, hvor meget koster det? There's one more pronoun you can use when pointing at a bundle of things you want. The pronoun de. Undskyld, hvor meget koster de? At this point, the shop clerk can answer by saying, den koster, det koster, or de koster. For example, den koster 55 kroner, det koster 55 kroner, or de koster 55 kroner. What number is 55? Yeah, it's 55. So this means it cost 55 kroner. Now it's time for Louise's insights. The pronoun you will use most often is det, because not only is it used to ask prices of some objects, but also services, like if you want to get a haircut. So get used to asking with this. Hvor meget koster det? Hvor meget koster det? At this point, can you count kroner in Danish? We're going to learn how to do this and much more in the next lesson. I'll be waiting for you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. Vi ses næste gang.
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description. Hi everyone, I'm Alicia. How are your Danish listening skills? In this video, you'll have a chance to test them out with a quiz. First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En kvinde spørger en butiksassistent om noget i en bogbutik. Hvilken bog vil kvinden kigge nærmere på? Undskyld mig, jeg vil gerne se på den bog på hylden der.
Hvilken bog vil du have?
Den om biler.
Lige et øjeblik. Denne her?
Ja, den der.
Værsgo.
Hvilken bog vil kvinden kigge nærmere på? En kvinde spørger en butiksassistent om noget i en bogbutik. Hvilken bog vil kvinden kigge nærmere på? Undskyld mig, jeg vil gerne se på den bog på hylden der.
Hvilken bog vil du have?
Den om biler.
Lige et øjeblik. Denne her?
Ja, den der.
Værsgo.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time. How are your Danish listening skills? First, you'll see an image and hear a question. Next comes a short dialogue. Listen carefully and see if you can answer correctly. We'll show you the answer at the end. Are you ready?
En mand og en kvinde kigger på menuen i en restaurant. Hvad bestiller manden?
Hvad bestiller du?
Pizzaen ser god ud. Jeg tror, jeg tager den.
Jeg fik pizza i går, så...
Okay så. Hvad med burgeren?
Det lyder lækkert. Den tager jeg.
Hvad bestiller manden? En mand og en kvinde kigger på menuen i en restaurant. Hvad bestiller manden?
Hvad bestiller du?
Pizzaen ser god ud. Jeg tror, jeg tager den.
Jeg fik pizza i går, så...
Okay så. Hvad med burgeren?
Det lyder lækkert. Den tager jeg.
Did you get it right? I hope you learned something from this quiz. Let us know if you have any questions. See you next time.
Hi everyone! Do you know how to say I love you in Danish? In this lesson, you'll learn 3 different ways to say it. Let's start with how to express your feelings to your loved one.
Jeg elsker dig. Jeg elsker dig. Jeg elsker dig.
Or if you want to explain those butterflies in your stomach, you can say,
Jeg har et crush på dig. Jeg har et crush på dig. Jeg har et crush på dig.
and when you feel that I love you is not enough, you can say,
Ord kan ikke beskrive min kærlighed til dig. Ord kan ikke beskrive min kærlighed til dig. Ord kan ikke beskrive min kærlighed til dig.
You just learned 3 different ways to say, I love you in Danish. And if you're interested in learning more, don't forget to download your free Romance and Love cheat sheet, which includes romantic words, compliments, and pickup lines. Check out the description below and go to danishclass101.com now. See you next time!
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.
Welcome to danishclass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter. The fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hyggeligt at møde dig. Hi, I'm Louise. Nice to meet you. In this series, you're going to learn basic Danish expressions. It's super easy and it only takes 3 minutes. In this lesson, you'll learn how to introduce yourself in Danish. There are only 2 sentences you need. Let's see how Danish people introduce themselves. Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hyggeligt at møde dig. Hi, I'm Louise. Nice to meet you. Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hyggeligt at møde dig. Start by saying, hej, jeg hedder. Then say your name. Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Finally say, hyggeligt at møde dig. Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hyggeligt at møde dig. And now let's see the same sentence in a different format. Goddag, jeg hedder Louise. Rart at møde dig. Hello, my name is Louise. Nice to meet you. Goddag, jeg hedder Louise. Rart at møde dig. So what has changed from the previous introduction? Let's take a closer look at these together. Hi has been substituted with an alternative greeting, goddag, Danish for hello or good day. In a formal setting, you would say your full name, but it is better just to use your first name when you're being introduced to new friends. The hyggeligt in hyggeligt at møde dig has been changed to rart. When you meet someone in a formal context, for instance at work, rart at møde dig would be the most appropriate greeting, while hyggeligt at møde dig is for when you're introduced to new friends. One more time. One way to introduce yourself in Danish is Hej, jeg hedder Louise. Hyggeligt at møde dig. An alternative way to introduce yourself is Goddag, jeg hedder Louise. Rart at møde dig. Now it's time for Louise's insights. When you introduce yourself, it's a good habit to shake hands in Denmark. While rart at møde dig is slightly more formal than hyggeligt at møde dig, you don't need to worry too much about which one you use. If you use one of these sentences, Danish people are definitely going to be impressed. Do you know how we say thank you in Danish? You'll learn how to say this and many other words in the next lesson. Tak, vi ses næste gang. See you then. Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to danishclass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned the numbers from 1 to 10. Have you forgotten? Here, I tell you again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And now let's continue from 11. 11, 11. 12, 12. 13, 13. 14, 14. 15, 15. 16, 16. 17, 17. 18, 18. 19, 19. And finally we have 20. 20. Okay, now repeat after me. I'll say the numbers and give you time to repeat each one. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. These numbers may seem harder to remember, but a lot of them are just a single number you learned from the last lesson with 10 added to the end. The rest you will have to memorize. Let's not stop at 20. Counting to 100 is super easy once you know the system. Now I'll give you the tens. 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60, 60, 70, 70, 80, 80, 90, 90, 90, 100, 100. You will have to memorize most of these numbers as there are no tricks in the book that will make memorizing them easier. 30 and 40 are conjugations of 3 or 4, but memorizing the tens above 40 might take some practice. As for 100, it sounds a lot like the English word 100 and shouldn't be that hard to remember. The last thing to learn in this lesson is how to form compound numbers above 20. This is also super easy. Take the numbers you learned in the previous lesson and simply add og, which means and then the tens. Let's try it out. How would you say 56 in Danish? Let's take it step by step. 6 is 6, add og, and then add 50, 50. 6 og 50. It's done. Isn't it easy? Let's make another number, for instance, 98. Take 8, 8, add og, and then add 90, 90. 8 og 90. Now it's time for Louise's insights. To count higher than 100 should be no problem at all. Just take the 100, 100, and add an og and whatever compound 10 after that. For example, 135, 135, 135. After only 2 lessons, you're now able to count to 100 in Danish. In the next lesson, we're going to put your number knowledge to use. Do you have all the language skills you need to go shopping in Denmark? If not, I'll be waiting for you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. Vi ses næste gang. Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to DanishClass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned how to be grateful to people by saying tak. In this lesson, you'll learn some of the most common greetings used in Denmark. Er I klar? Are you ready? Så lad os begynde. So let's start. The most used informal greeting is hej. Hej. Hi means hi. You can use it when you meet people and it can be used with anyone. But it isn't the only way to greet someone. We also have good day. Good day. It is a more time-specific greeting and is equivalent to hello. Literally, good day means good day. As a rule of thumb, you can use good day only during the daytime, from morning until evening. During the evening, we say god aften. God aften. Aften is Danish for evening, so god aften means good evening. Finally, in the mornings, we say god morgen. God morgen, which means good morning. Good day, god aften, and god morgen are used when we meet someone, but when we leave, we don't say these again. When parting ways for a long time, we usually say ha' det godt. Ha' det godt. Ha' det godt means be well, but a better translation is all the best. Finally, in Danish, we have an expression meaning see you. Vi ses. Vi ses. Now you can greet people in many different ways in Danish. Let's review them all again. When meeting friends or someone we don't know, hej or goddag. In the morning, godmorgen. In the evening, god aften. When leaving for a long time, ha det godt. When leaving and implying see you soon, vi ses. It's easy, isn't it? Now it's time for Louise's insights. In formal situations, Danish people commonly greet each other by shaking hands. On the other hand, if we meet someone we're very friendly with no matter their gender, it's common to give hugs. Don't be afraid to try it out with your Danish friends. During the next lesson, we learn the meaning of the phrase, taler du engelsk? Do you already know it? I'll tell you all about it in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. På gensyn! Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to DanishClass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned how to introduce yourself in Danish. In this lesson, you'll learn how to use good manners as you thank people. Er I klar? Are you ready? Lad os begynde. So let's start. There's several ways to thank someone, so let's start with the easiest. It is just one word. Tak. Tak. Tak means thank you. When you say thank you very much, you just need to add mange at the beginning. Mange tak. Mange tak. Mange means many, so mange tak is like saying many thanks. During the last lesson, we didn't really mention anything about formality in speech in Danish. However, there are some subtle differences in how we will be perceived by others. Tak is the more casual way to thank someone, while mange tak expresses more gratitude, so it's slightly more formal or polite. A longer and more formal phrase, which expresses a lot of gratitude, would be tusind tak skal du have. Here we've changed mange to tusind, which means thousand, and added skal du have, which literally means you shall have. Tusind tak skal du have. But how do you answer these expressions of gratitude? It's easy. There are basically two different ways to do it. The first is velbekomme. Velbekomme. Velbekomme literally means you are welcome. The other way to say you are welcome is the expression det var så lidt. Det var så lidt. Literally, this phrase means it was so little and is equivalent to don't mention it, but it's the most common and polite way to respond to someone thanking you. So when someone says tak to you, you can simply reply with velbekomme or det var så lidt. Now it's time for Louise's insights. If you're not sure about whether to use tak or mange tak, keeping it simple is always your safest bet. You don't have to worry about formal or informal situations. Tak can be used with just about anyone, anywhere, and at any time. Do you know what vi ses means? In our next lesson, you'll learn this and other greetings in Danish. Tak, og vi ses næste gang. Hi, jeg hedder Louise. Hi everybody, I'm Louise. Welcome to DanishClass101.com's Dansk på 3 minutter, the fastest, easiest, and most fun way to learn Danish. In the last lesson, you learned the most common forms of greetings in Danish. Do you remember them? In this lesson, you're going to learn a very useful phrase. Do you speak English? If you find yourself in a situation where you need assistance in English, this phrase can be a lifesaver. And because you're asking it in Danish, you will be sure that everyone will understand what you're saying, even if their answer is no. Here's the most common way to say it. Taler du engelsk? Taler du engelsk? Danish is a pretty straightforward language. We conjugate verbs based on time, which means we have the past, present, and infinitive. The question, taler du engelsk, translates as, are you speaking English? In Danish present tense, speaking is taler. The second word in the sentence, du, simply means you. And you probably recognize engelsk to be English. Taler du engelsk? To learn how to properly conjugate verbs like taler, please check out our Absolute Beginner series on danishclass101.com. You can find very detailed grammar lessons and resources there. Like English, there are many ways to ask this question. Let's look at another one that is also pretty similar to English. It's literally the equivalent of, can you speak English? Kan du tale engelsk? Kan du tale engelsk? Adding undskyld, excuse me, to the sentence would make it undskyld, kan du tale engelsk? Undskyld, kan du tale engelsk? The responses you will receive could be one of these three. Ja, meaning yes. Ja. Lidt, meaning a little. Lidt. And nej, jeg kan ikke tale engelsk, meaning no, I don't speak English. Nej, jeg kan ikke tale engelsk. Since this last one is a negative statement, we need to say ikke before the verb tale. Notice also that the verb tale is slightly different than taler. Remember, the verb changes depending on the time it's in. We're now talking about the infinitive since it's coupled with kan, which means can. Now it's time for Louise's insights. For those of you who don't just speak English, you can obviously use this question with any language you need. Danish people study other European languages at school, so maybe you will get lucky. Just substitute engelsk with italiensk for Italian, fransk for French, spansk for Spanish, tysk for German. In this lesson, we mentioned the expression undskyld, but did you know that this could also be used as an apology? In the next lesson, you will learn this and other ways to apologize in Danish. I'll see you in the next Dansk på 3 minutter lesson. På gensyn!
Want to speed up your language learning? Take your very first lesson with us. You'll start speaking in minutes and master real conversations. Sign up for your free lifetime account. Just click the link in the description.